with it. Did some sort of made it seem like they were interviewing me, but then told me that I needed to work on my writing.
Mm-hmm.
And so once the thing is that they wanted me to stay there and complacent in the position that I was on. But I was like, to me, my writing, your writing is never perfect, right? You're always improving your craft.
Absolutely.
So, but you have to improve that craft by continuously doing it, repetition. And so, I had a couple of anchors there who were telling me, like, your writing is well, it's good. It's good enough for this market. Like, you got to get out. Like, they're stringing you along for, they don't like people to move out of their positions, So, I used my tape and I put together another reel with all the stuff that I shot there, and I was just sending stuff out. And my old news director, Tina, who gave me my first shot, which was amazing, she called me, and they had some concerns because that was a top 50 market. Everyone there, that's probably their second or third job. That was coming in technically my first job because, Columbus didn't really count.
Yeah.
So we came up with something where I was producing 3 days a week. So I produced Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I was reporting Saturday, Sunday. So it was like that probably for about like 6 months, and then I moved to full-time reporter.
Yeah,
So,
you worked.
Averaging
You worked hard.
Whereas, look, check this out. So I'm in Houston now, right? Or now I was in, Phoenix, then Houston. Like, I should be 2 years back, right? If I would have finished out my 2-year contract in Columbus, Georgia, then I would have been there for a full 2 years, then trying to get into a top 50 market, then trying to get into a top 10 market.
Perfect. It
worked out.
So firing you was the best thing.
Firing me elevated me.
It did.
Yes. God put me on a better track.
There you go.
Sure.
That's much better.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that led you
tragedy
to
into triumph.
That led you to Phoenix, which and Phoenix is where a lot of that reel came from.
Yes, that was all Phoenix. Yeah.
Okay. How was Phoenix?
Phoenix was great. It was great.
How's the weather?
Amazing.
Hot. Yeah.
It's hot. It's hot, but I mean, I don't mind suffering 4 months to get, another 5 months of amazing dry weather.
Really?
Oh yeah. I do not like the humidity. You see my face is all greasy right now because of this Houston weather.
I'm the same way. I hate it on
I was
camera.
about to say that's just how we look. I thought greasiness was just a thing. Is that not a thing outside of Houston? Okay.
Well, I mean, on the East Coast, it's a thing. Like, y'all used to being greasy.
Y'all used to. Wow.
Like,
You not one of us?
Shots out to the East Coast.
Y'all people like dewy skin.
Yeah.
Like dewy.
You
like
you like a dry skin.
She just
No. I don't like oil.
She pulled an African on us. She said y'all.
Y'all.
Like we not.
No, like
Y'all
y'all
used to
like
this.
East Coastonians, whatever you want to call
East
it.
Coast we're in Houston.
We're in
You
Houston.
just took shots at the East Coast. Like,
Yeah.
Houston's like Southwest, right?
Houston is definitely We're south.
Yeah.
We're
I feel like it's
southwest.
due
I feel
south.
like we're South Central,
But
but
if you
it is what it
you
is.
like take your hand and you like cover the east part of the map, like I feel like Texas kind of falls in there.
A little- depends on how
All right,
small your map is.
pull up a map.
We can't
We
just
can't-
tell
we
Mike
can't
to
just pull
pull
up
up
a
a
map.
map.
This is not the
That's what
news.
we're doing. Yeah, we're not.
Yeah, I'm
I
sorry.
need, I
pull
need
up
a
a mic.
full of a map.
Pull
pull
up
up.
a-
Sorry, we don't have it like
yeah. I'm sorry.
This is not
that's
KTRK.
That's not
Man.
how that works. All right, but
I'm sorry, Marvin. Zimmer.
depending on how small your map is, yes,
Right.
you can pretty much cover anything
Yeah.
with your arm. Yeah, sure. But okay, so
Yeah, Phoenix
you,
was amazing.
You prefer the dry weather, though.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So then, what brought you to Houston?
That girl that looks just like me.
You missed your sister.
I'm just kidding. I love her to death. Yeah, no, I wanted to be closer to family without going back to Florida because Florida is just. I don't feel like Florida is for me.
Speak on it. Let's talk about Florida and how horrible it. No, I'm just messing with you. Go ahead.
Florida man.
I don't want to bad talk it, but yeah. So my sister, I want to be closer to family without going back to Florida. And I mean, ABC 13 has always been like my dream station. I mean,
Really?
I was trying to
Okay.
get, excuse me, totally normal cough, guys.
No,
By the
it's
way.
okay. We're
Yeah.
contained. Again, if either one of us gets the corona, we got documentation. Yeah?
Oh, my
she's
God.
been out of the field. Like I don't know where
he's
she
pulling
been.
up the map. Look at him putting his hand on the map. See, okay, All right, maybe I was wrong. Ooh, I was really
I-
wrong
yeah,
about that.
I was like,
Texas is definitely
it's-
the center of
yeah.
America. Like it's South Central.
South
It's
side,
right there.
south
yeah.
side.
Can you guys cut that part out?
No,
No, sorry, we don't have that. We don't have those editing
All right, I'm
capabilities.
done.
But it's
I'm
cool. It's cool.
just
It's
like
cool.
they didn't cut out shit.
Ah,
So,
right.
This is live.
And again, if anybody in the high school has that video,
We wanna
you
see
know,
it.
just let us know.
Yeah.
So
I would like to see it too.
I'm pretty sure because watch it be nothing. Like watch it literally be absolutely like it's
Right.
like shit, and then it just goes off,
Right.
and they're
Yeah.
like, "That's what you got fired
That's
for."
what you got mad at, people.
But it's a good thing though, because every time you get fired, things get better.
They do get better, though. I don't want to get fired again.
No.
we don't want you to
we
get
don't want you
fired.
to get fired. We don't want you to
No.
get fired. So you came here. Your dream job was ABC 13.
Oh,
Why?
yeah.
Why was that?
It's a powerhouse. It's a dominant station. It has legacy.
Yes, it does.
Marvin Zindler.
Yeah.
Dave Ward,
Melanie
Wayne Dolcefino,
Lawson.
Melanie Lawson. Oh my
Gina
goodness.
Gaston.
Yes, I had a huge
y'all
crush
are
on Gina
shouting
Gaston.
out newscasters
Okay.
like they're like part of the Bulls. Like Dave Lawson, Wayne
I like-
Dolcefino.
yeah.
I mean, we're right up there with them.
That's what I'm
As
saying.
they're right up there with them.
and
That is true.
soon to be. You
Soon
know,
to
you
be.
said it right.
Soon to be.
You said it right.
All you
Where,
gotta do
not
is just
there.
break. I mean, Wayne Dolcefino and Marvin Zindler, they are good at shutting down Slime in the Ice Machine.
Yeah.
I still say Slime in the Ice
Slime
Machine.
and the ice machine.
Everyone knows Marvin Zindler.
Exactly.
He's the news like.
God.
That's the news god. Yeah.
Yeah.
That man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So
Rest in
you were
peace.
like, yo, I just wanted to be here because of the legacy and everything. And then
Oh yeah.
how does that go? Like you just like you send them your reel, and then
Yeah.
they're just like, hey, we think you'd be a good fit.
Yeah. So let me actually tell you what happened. So this is a good story. So 2016, when my contract was going to be, was about to be up in Virginia Beach, I went to an NABJ conference, National Association of Black Journalists. They have a big conference every year. That's great for networking. People find jobs, get offers there. So I went to this conference, and I saw that Chauncey Glover was going to be a panelist
Really?
on one of their events. I was like, man, I gotta go to this
Yeah.
event. I was like, 'cause I gotta hunt him down because I need to in because it's like it's all about who you know.
Yeah.
I had an agent at the time, but I was like, this is who I need. And like, if I could hire Chauncey as my agent, I would hire Chauncey as my agent.
Okay.
So, so I go to this event, and he's on the panel. The event's over, and I'm like running to catch him because he had left out so quick. And I'm like, hey, my name is Stefania. I work in Virginia Beach. I know you work at ABC 13. It's my dream station and my dream market. And he's like, all right. And, I was in a rush. Like, gave me his email. And so, oh, sorry, I keep hitting the table.
I was just letting you know that. I was trying to go silently, but I was like, yeah,
Did it
she's
again.
professional. Well, all right, go ahead.
So I got his email, reached out to him. I wish I could find I mean the first email that I sent him is probably in here. I can look for it as I'm talking, but I sent him in the email with my tape on it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is good." Told me I'm good enough for Houston. He put me on an email thread with the then news director, Wendy Granado, and we set up a meeting. I told her, I was like, "Hey, mind you, now I had no intentions of being in Houston. I said I'm going to be in Houston next week. I would love to come in and meet."
Wow.
When she said yes, I bought the plane ticket.
All right.
You had a
That's what
place to
she-
stay. So.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm in Houston. The chat, our meeting got canceled because it was supposed to be on a Friday or a Saturday. I don't remember. But she ended up not being able to come because, something came up. So I still came to the station. Chauncey gave me a little tour, and I from then on I was really persistent in emailing her. I still wanted to come, but they had other plans. I hadn't heard back in a while, so I ended up accepting the job offer in Phoenix.
In Phoenix.
Mhm. So this go around, and this, me and Chauncey are obviously, he's more than a mentor now. He's one of my best friends, and but the second time around came, and he's like, yeah, you just keep trying, email her. He would go, talk to our bosses there, their bosses there, and kind of putting my demo in their face. And I probably sent between this is embarrassing because some people they just don't get it. It's sometimes when I'm talking to people, they're scared to reach out.
I
They're like,
understand.
I don't want
Yeah.
to annoy. I'm like, you want it,
Yes.
go after it.
Yeah.
Between
Be DJ
May of 2018 and August of 2018, I probably sent them 22 emails.
Hey,
I was not hearing back.
That's good.
Was not hearing back. One day I finally got a call from Chauncey, and he's like, "Hey, I'm in Wendy's office. She's on speakerphone. Like, she wants to talk to you." They told me like, "Hey, well, like we have a temp position, coming open, and temp means like you're not on contract. You don't have benefits.
Yeah.
You're coming in like for you. The longest you can do the job is 6 months, and they decide if they want to put you on a contract." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like yes." I said, I'm moving to Houston. I said, I actually plan to move to Houston, so I'm ready.
Yeah. Were you planning on moving to Houston at the time?
Maybe not. You gotta put yourself in a place for what you want.
You were
Yeah.
planning.
I was planning on
And
it.
you're
Yeah.
like, if I get this job, I'm in.
Around this time also is when I also decided that I was going to, finally pursue this dream to create my line also. So
Okay.
I was actually taking classes. I had about a month and a half off from work because at this point when I was done with Phoenix, I'm like, I'm not just going to take any offer. It's like, it needs to be somewhere like I don't want to just keep moving around. Like I'm old enough, I'm polished enough to where it's like, I want to go where I'm going to really plant my seeds and grow. And that was going to be Houston. Or there's another position that I was possibly looking at in Denver. And so I was just waiting on those opportunities. And for me, it ended up being convenient because I needed about a month and a half to really get the ball rolling with Solely Fit, taking my classes, doing my designs, getting the patterns done and stuff, and doing that in Arizona.
We got the commercial for Solely Fit. While you're talking, we'll pull that up.
Oh, okay,
But
yeah. So, this commercial was, they really brought a vision to life. It was this one. Okay.
My name
Oh,
is
wait, you
Stefania
have another
Okolie.
one?
I
We
am
just
a
wanted to show
Haitian
this one.
Oh, yeah,
Nigerian
this is fine.
American,
Yeah.
And I am the designer and owner of Solely Fit. Going into entrepreneurship is terrifying, and I have to be honest, I am terrified. And it's not even necessarily not making back the money or the profit or not capitalizing off of my line, but it's about wondering if or not I will fulfill my purpose in all of this. And so when you think about the definition of solely, you think about not involving anything or anyone else. And so that kind of comes into play when I'm thinking of my line. It brings to thought the word exclusive. And that is really how I want Solely Fit to be viewed as an exclusive line designed by me exclusively for you.
All right. So, during your break, we're talking about, you say, so you're going to have a month and a half off. You're like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just launch a fitness line.
This was the time. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I knew that I wanted a brand. I knew that I wanted to design athletic wear. And I knew that the one thing that was always holding me back was work. This is a very time consuming job. So it would have been harder to get it off the ground running while I was still, working at Fox 10. So, when I decided that it's like taking the time off was a decision that I made because one, I knew that I knew what I wanted my next step to be.
Yeah.
And so I needed to take the time to focus on getting to where I wanted to be. But then I also knew that I wanted to take time off to kind of, figure things out and work on, decide if I wanted to, really pursue this. So me taking the classes and doing, my consults and stuff was kind of me getting the guidance on deciding if I want to keep moving forward. And, I made that decision too. And
now, was this something you were always have you always been kind of interested in design and particularly athletic design? Why athletic design?
For me, athletic wear is something that makes me feel strong, powerful, confident. And I feel like it's the same for a lot of women, which is why athleisure has kind of been, on the up. The up and up,
Shouts out to athleisure.
He loves athletes.
Yeah.
Love athleisure, and I'm not athletic.
Yeah.
I just
Right.
love not getting dressed up. But that's
Yeah.
me.
Uh-huh.
The rest of y'all look
yeah.
great.
It's sharp, and it's sharp. And I felt it's so many designs, by different, designers and companies. It's they're boxed into leggings and, cropped shirts and, T-shirts and sleeveless. So for me, it's just, I'm always looking for something to elevate me,
Yeah.
So it's I wanted a black V-neck fitted crop top and a poly nylon blend. And I couldn't find that anywhere. I wanted a jumpsuit that's ankle length. I wanted leggings with like a mesh only on one. It's like things that I was looking for I could never
Specific
find.
stuff.
Right, because I'm like, I feel good in these like solid black Lulu leggings and a cropped white shirt, but I'm like, I want to elevate
I feel
myself.
You got
know?
sexy spacesuits.
Right.
That's what they look like to me. They look like wrestlers.
Yeah.
I love it.
Sexy spacesuit.
So I'm
with
gonna
it.
fix my posture. So I'm like,
So professional.
I got to drawing. I'm drawing things that I
What
want.
I
and-
mean, when you say, like you say, I took the classes. What are the classes that you enrolled
So-
in? How do you even find this?
So I had a business partner at the time, and she actually found the co-op that we were going to. It's called Label Horde. So it's basically like a big old design warehouse in Arizona, one of a kind, where you can get everything done. You can take your introduction classes. They'll basically tell you what you're doing.
Wow, that is so smart.
Mhm. So when I was like sketching, I was sketching out of a croquis book. It's like a small sketchbook, right? And so I'm thinking here, like, okay, well, if I have these, I could take my design to someone and say, hey, put this together. Oh, no. There's several steps before that. And that's kind of like what we were learning, those steps. Like those croquis that I was sketching, that's not even a sketch. You have to sketch something on something called a flat, which is like on a full piece of paper with like every detail from the seam to the measurements to the cuts, everything. So that's kind of like what we were learning, like the whole process, because I knew nothing. I'm not a fashion, I was not a fashion designer. Like, yeah, you can draw and stuff, but like when it comes down to like the logistics of it all, there's so many steps and so many people you need to help you with things like, to and in between. So it's kind of like what you're